So you've got a race coming up, it's at altitude, and you're trying to figure out when is the best time to go up to the race. So the first thing about altitude is everybody responds a little bit differently to it. So these are the general recommendations, but keep track of how you respond every time you go to altitude, and you'll kind of learn all the right parameters for you so you can really dial in your routine and in the future go to altitude and be really confident about your plan. But in general, you are not going to feel the negative effects of altitude until you are at an elevation that is 3,000 feet or 1,000 meters above where you normally live and train. So if where you're going is below that threshold, you don't need to worry at all. But if it's going to be above that, now we've got to start being strategic. So the thing about altitude is when you first get to altitude, your body doesn't know that this is a long-term thing it's going to be subjected to. So you're kind of in this honeymoon phase where, yeah, altitude doesn't feel great, but you're not truly suffering. And that honeymoon phase lasts somewhere around 18 hours. Again, there's kind of a big range between athletes. So one of the best strategies is to not show up at altitude until as close as you can to your race, and make sure that you are starting your race under 18 hours of getting to altitude. The next strategy is to show up to altitude with a really long time to get used to it. So in general, you will suffer the most at altitude, where it will just feel horrible from about day 2 to day 5. So don't show up 3 days before your race at altitude, because that's gonna be rough. But after 5 days, if you've got more than that, it's probably not going to be so terrible. Now, it's going to take you about 14 days at altitude for the effects of altitude to be kind of neutral for you. So if you have a long time to get to altitude, you're going to want to shoot for 14 days or more. It's going to take 3 full weeks at altitude for your body to actually adjust. The strategy that I find works the best for me is that most of the races I do at altitude are like up at ski hills. And so I can stay at towns that are a significant elevation below. And so I can get there many days before, stay at an altitude that's friendly for me. I can go up to where the race is. I can do my pre-riding, packet pickup, be social, do all those things, but spend most of my time at a comfortable altitude for me, and then show up and have a great time racing and not be stressed because I just got there.